So, if you don't know, I am a really big Fate fan, and I thought it would be very interesting to know which class my personality is most suited of. Of course, Saber is the coolest, but maybe it will also be cool to be like a caster or something like that. So I just found a random quiz on the internet and let's try it out. Which Fate Zero Stay Night Servant class are you? Let's find out. Oh, the link for this quiz will be in the description if you want to take it too. What do you believe makes you a threat to the other contenders? Intelligence, brute strength, internal belief, willingness of sacrifice. Well, certainly not brute strength, for sure. I would like to think it's intelligence, but I'm not so sure about that. Because, like, you mean in a war setting? Maybe not so much. Willingness of sacrifice. Maybe I'm leaning more towards that. Well, I would say intelligence, but just because I do not think that brute force would be a thing, and internal belief and willingness of sacrifice just are not vibing with me right now. So let's go for intelligence. Although not that much, right? Which of the seven deadly sins do you most fall with? Oh, lust, no. Wrath, no. Envy, maybe. Greed, sloth, and pride. Honestly, to be real, I'm gonna say sloth. It could be a symptom of a lot of different things, but right now I'm gonna go with this one. It could be low-key depression, but let's go with sloth right now. You are oh, this is interesting. You are at a railroad track with the track separating into two other separate lanes. There is a train approaching very quickly, and you notice that one lane has five children tied to it who will die if they are not saved. You can switch the track, but the other lane has a doctor who has saved countless lives and will continue saving lives if he lives. What do you do? So actually, this is a pretty common philosophy exercise for utilitarianism. I actually studied this philosophy at college, and I think it's so cool that they are using this concept to determine which class I would be. So um, saved children, five lives greater than that of one. I see the doctor will save more than five lives if he is to continue. I make an attempt to save all of them, even though I may doubt the outcome. I try to stop the train itself using another method, knowing it may not work. So there is actually no right answer. It's to grasp my own personality. And if you are interested in this topic, I would also recommend you to watch an anime, and also there is a manga called Monster, which deals with this kind of pressure. So for me, I feel like these two here make an attempt to save all of them and stop the train using an ultimatum. They seem like a little bit of cheating because you have to choose, right? Both of the answers are completely horrible, but you have to choose one of them. That's the main goal. So I would say the doctor, I think. Which, well, but then if I say the doctor, I'm actually sacrificing myself because the repercussion towards me would be worse. I'm, to be completely honestly, like, no shit, I would say the children. And mostly because the repercussion would be least on this one, I think. Because you can justify saying that he saved and he will save people, but the judgment on your own actions will be if you save the children, right? So I'm going to pick one. You're being held hostage with your two children. That's actually very interesting. I didn't know. I thought the question would be more generic. I like this. You're being held hostage with your two children. You have your smaller, younger daughter and your older son. Your captor says that you must choose one child to die here now, and the other to be freed into the outside forest for a chance of survival and for a chance of getting help and saving you as well. You don't know if surviving child will actually even make it to get help, but they say if you don't choose, both die. It's your choice. So before reading the options, I would think that any option that includes solving both of them or myself are not included because you have to choose. That's the question. You have to choose the younger one or the older one. In this specific scenario, if the child has, some chance of surviving on their own, I would imagine that the older child would have more chances and that I should keep and try to protect myself, the younger one. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. I say my daughter, she's younger and has less life to live despite her being weaker. I save my son, he is stronger and more likely to survive in the forest. I can choose this to cruel, it's not an option. I try to sacrifice myself, saying they can kill me if they have. Oh, let's be honest, if I was a father, I would try to sacrifice myself. That's. Oh, yeah. But then they will have less chance of surviving. That's actually really hard. I will not think that deep into it. I think if I was a father, I would try to sacrifice myself. That's what. What is our deepest internal fear? Failure to protect those who I love the most. My own death, the unknown. Loss of my free wills and goals. I don't know. It's not shown here. Well, I have already lost my free will and goals, and so death maybe not that much actually. Failure to protect. I'm going if I don't know, just because these three here are not really vibing with me right now. Likes are personal standing on the ideas of a fair fight. A fight until the end, with one loser and one winner, fair is relative. Good. The idea of whether something is fair or not is meaningless. Why risk our own belief for a fight? Good. Fair means we share common ground as equals in a battlefield, with the person of higher skill coming out on top. I'll go with this one. The idea of whether something is fair or not is meaningless. Why risk your own belief for a fight? I mean, maybe I'm revealing to be like not a great person by taking this quiz. I want you to show me some cool ways to kill people. If you had to kill someone who had done you wrong, what method would you use? That would be the one to use the I will not kill anyone answer. Quick, clean death, only for theatrics. Brutal death, someone who has done you wrong is not deserving. The most humane and less emotional taxing way, no need for. Also, for this one, they don't have the option to just not kill the person. Okay, so uh, with clean, most humane, less emotional. Yeah, yeah, I'm going with the third one. Let's say you have been thrown into an arena in the world of the Hunger Games. What's your first goal after the games have begun? Also, this one we have a lot of different options. Run into the center to fight and try to collect a weapon and food. Straight into the forest, you need to have time to prepare. Good. Into the center, might as well kill as many people now than later. Grab an outlining weapon to the center for a weapon, try to get a weapon to scare in other competitors, run for the center grabbing supplies, just run for basic food and for weapons. Yeah. So it seems like this person who made this question has spent more time than me thinking about it, but well, if I learned something from Naruto, I would say straight into the forest, because I have to have time, right? So that's the one I'm gonna go. In combat, what is your preferred range or role? Well, let's be real. This question is very biased, but I'll give that they have interesting questions before that. So let's go. Close range, not at all. Mid range, support, good. Mid range, mid lane separator. Long range, support, black line. Yeah, I would say long range, support, and black line. Yeah. Calculating an archer. Good. So I really hope that they didn't just take into account the last one, but it's cool to be an archer. Archers are very noble scouts, known for using projectile weapons or possessing abilities that use projectiles. They tend to fight from longer range than any of the other classes. Another common attribute among servants of this class is the unusual ability to act independently of their master for brief periods of time, making them harder to control as servants. It was actually very interesting and cool. So that's it for today. Mata né?